Hello everyone, BC Begley here again, and we're going to run down a few news articles. We're going to talk about Ukraine news, the floods in Sudan, the U.S. carrying out a missile test, and a massive solar flare heading towards Earth at 1,000,000 miles per hour. But before we get started, here's Pastor Begley to give you a little information on Noble Gold Investments.
Let's put a shout out right now for www.noblegoldinvestment.com. That's right, www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Wow! How about this? Noble Gold is one of the sponsors of our show, as you know, and a Christian company, family owned, good friends of the ministry. And they have just been picked by the Consumer Affairs, the rating agency, as the overall #1 gold IRA company in America. Talk to the team today if you're thinking of precious metals, and if you act quickly now, they're giving away this 1/10 of an ounce gold coin. It's a 1/10 of an ounce American Eagle gold proof coin with every qualifying IRA or 401k rollover. You can't go wrong at www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Tomorrow morning, call the team at 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347, and tell them Pastor Paul Begley sent you there, okay? They'll be glad to hear from you, and you'll be glad you spoke to them. I tell you that. Save that retirement fund. Don't let the devil and the IRS and everybody else take a whack at it. Okay.
All right, we're back, and let's get started here. Russian troops in South Ukraine squeezed as Kyiv ramps up strikes on bridges and ammo depot. All right, Russian forces in occupied Kherson region in southern Ukraine are finding it increasingly difficult to maintain the flow of ammunition, armor, and fuel to the frontline units, according to Ukrainian officials and Western analysts, thanks to a concerted Ukrainian campaign to cut off river and rail supply lines as well as target ammunition depot. Ukrainian officials say the Russians are moving command posts from the north to the south and have been heavily damaged in the process. The first deputy head of Kherson Regional Council claimed on his Telegram channel that a significant portion of the Russian military command had already left Kherson city. Ukrainian forces are about 25 kilometers north of the city. Also in Ukraine, explosions rock Crimea in suspected Ukrainian attack. Explosions and fires ripped through an ammunition depot in Russian-occupied Crimea on Tuesday, in the second suspected Ukrainian attack on the peninsula in just over a week, forcing the evacuation of more than 3,000 people. Russia blamed the blast in the village of Pkwy on a, quote, act of sabotage without naming the perpetrators. Separately, the Russian business newspaper Kommersant quoted residents as saying plumes of black smoke also rose over an air base in Crimea. Ukraine stopped short of publicly claiming responsibility for any of the blasts, including those that destroyed 9 Russian planes at another Crimean airbase last week. Russia seized the Crimean Peninsula in 2014 and has used it to launch attacks against Ukraine in the war that began nearly 6 months ago. And we got a massive solar flare heading towards Earth at 1,000,000 miles per hour. According to space experts, a massive solar flare has emerged from the sun and will most likely hit the Earth on August 17th, causing minor disruptions. Space agencies have issued a solar flare alert, saying that a huge solar storm can be caused on Earth after a disturbance recorded on the surface of the sun near sunspot AR 3076. National Aeronautics and Space Administration has also recorded a major blast from the solar flare, which erupted on August 14th. NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory recorded the solar flare at 4 p.m. on Sunday, which means that a solar storm can hit the planet soon. In Sudan, floods continue to tear up homes, while 66 people have been killed. Flash floods triggered by heavy rains continue to tear up homes across Sudan, an official said on Tuesday, with the death toll rising to 66 since the start of the rainy season. Earlier this week, authorities had said that at least 50 people were killed since the rain started in June. General Abdul Jah Abdul Ram, spokesman for Sudan's National Council for Civil Defense, said Tuesday that at least 28 people were reported injured during the same period. Some 24,000 homes and 24 government buildings have been badly damaged or completely destroyed by the floods, he said. And finishing us off here on this video, the U.S. carries out a missile test delayed over Chinese drills. The U.S. Air Force on Tuesday tested an unarmed, nuclear-capable long-range missile, according to the Air Force Global Strike Command. The unarmed Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile, equipped with a test re-entry vehicle, was launched from Vandenberg Air Force Base in California and traveled 4,200 miles to a test range near the Marshall Islands. The missile launched at 12:49 a.m. Pacific Time and was to, quote, demonstrate the readiness of U.S. nuclear forces and provide confidence in the lethality and effectiveness of the nation's nuclear deterrent, a statement from the Air Force said.